Alright, there we go. I'm gonna try it again. Dad blame it. I'm gonna succeed. Right about it. The serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field. We were given dominion over all the beasts of the field. Behold, you have driven me today away from the ground. From your face I shall be hidden. I shall be a fugitive and a wonder on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. Then the Lord said to him, Not so. If anyone kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest any who found him should attack him. I think it's something having to do with his genetics, because Esau married into the Horites. They were cave dwellers, and what was it on Mount Seir? Seir. It's means Seder. Any place in like out of the ESV, anywhere it says wild goats, the original Hebrew says Seder, which means wild goat, but it also means a goat. Like a goat devil, like that word devil is Seder in the Hebrew. Means a horned, like Mr. Tumnus, satyrs. Like I did this on the Peter Pan thing. Like I think Peter Pan is kind of made him after the god Pan, who's actually a satyr. There's a lot of similarities in that, and also the fallen angel connection. But the point is that like Cain's line ended up being your undergrounders, your goat devil hybrid creatures. Like I've heard of the goat man. You don't hear about him very much, but there's some, like some underground entities. Their races, we got the serpent, we got the I don't know, like Azazel's kind of, I think affiliated with the underground too, because that's where, they were thrown. Azazel and the fallen angels at the flood, they were thrown in the ground. They were judged immediately for, he didn't. Azazel doesn't say he actually bred with a human woman, but he taught metalworking to man. Now, let me read in Genesis 4. Zillah also bore Tubal-Cain. He was the forger of all instruments of iron. The sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Hear what it said. Tubal-Cain was a forger of all instruments of bronze and iron. Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them. Zillah also bore Tubal-Cain. He was the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron. The sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Naamah, Naamah. This is the human woman that was traded to the sons of God for technology, making weapons, metal. Tubal-Cain is the guy. He traded his sister to be the first bride of a fallen watcher, son of God, and she ended up being the first mother of a Nephilim giant hybrid. You see that they were able to have dealings with this bloodline here because of the fact that Cain was corrupt and he interbred with a female fallen angel. Enoch says, and the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. This is in context. It's saying, we start at the beginning, it's Roman numeral 19, verse 1. Uriel said to me, here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women and their spirits, connecting themselves with women, comma, and their spirits, comma, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. Verse 2, and the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And, this is a judgment for the females that also, defiled themselves with sleeping with men. There's punishment for them too. So, we see it right there. So, whenever Abel says, I'll read that real quick. It's starting to make sense now. Whenever Abel says what he says, I don't know why I can't find it. Alright, and they took and brought me to a place, and those who were there like flaming fire, and when they wished they appeared as men. And they brought me to a place of darkness, and to a mountain, the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw the place of the luminaries, and the treasuries of the stars, and of the thunder, and in the uttermost depths, where were a fiery bow and arrows, and their quiver, a fiery sword in all the lightnings. And they took me to the living waters, into the fire of the west, which receives every setting of the sun. That's interesting, but that's not what I was looking for. Alright. Saw the spirits of the children of men who were dead, and their voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael, the angel who was with me, and I said unto him, the Spirit, whose is it, whose voice goeth forth and maketh suit? Make suit means like bringing a complaint to the judge in court or something. I mean, it sounds like a lawsuit. You make suit, as they keep saying that. It's like filing a grievance to the heavenly court. And he answered me, saying, this is the Spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew, and he makes his suit against him, till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. So, it goes to show that Cain's seed, his descendants, and his descendancy is different than the seed of man. Why is that? Cain, we know, has two human parents, so we know that 100% fact. Adam and Eve are Cain's parents. He was not the product of Eve and the serpent. No. Cain's genetics may have been manipulated by God. If that was the mark God put on him, it would make sense to keep him safe among the inner earth inhabitants, the women of the angels that went astray. They were no different than the sons of God that rebelled, that slept with women. Only these are the first two. See, this is why it's recorded in the Bible almost first thing. We have the two women angels that rebelled first. It was the girls that rebelled first. Sound like anybody? Sound like Eve? You know why? Because of the serpent. The female angels somehow are connected to or belong to the fallen seraphim, reptilian, the fiery serpents, reptilian entities, they were deceived, and doesn't say how many, but we know we have two here that are named. That I think they have to do something with the powers that Enoch talked about. Thrones, principalities, powers, dominions, seraphim, cherubim, archangels, sons of God, hosts of heaven, stars, stars of God, morning star. You have all these names for the angelic orders. There's all different classes and races. So think of all the different Nordics and Greys and all the alien races, the Manus. Think of the Goatman, Bigfoot. You know, the cryptid. Dogman. Like it's in there. You know what I mean? It's in there. And I think there's definite etymology connections in these two twins. Think about it. Cain was a twin. Cain and Abel were twins. So when Cain started his bloodline, it was only a few generations away. Twins were born again, two twin boys. And I think one of them that invented music because they were the children of female angelic beings. And like they invented music. They also invented domestication of animals. Tubal Cain was the first one that was taught by the sons of God, and he was given that information for trading his sister to them. And it's because he was of the descendancy of Cain's bloodline that they had these dealings, because the humans weren't about to trade their women to the fallen angels. No way. That's why the humans didn't like Cain, and they didn't like his line, because he was a traitor, and like they knew that the sons of God didn't want anything but their demise. So Cain did. Like it's like the Edomites. The Edomites they're like known as traitors. They always cause trouble for the Israelites. We're always hating on them and trying to attack them. And that's the descendants of Esau, who also married into this underground genealogy. I know it started with Cain. It's some kind of satyr, and a female fallen angel, line. And from there, those two, the Nephilim giants, and the seed of Cain and the female, angelic beings, like the hybridization that ensued after that. I mean, that's why you have so many clans in the Bible. I used to think so they were just big, like why were there so many different types? No, some of them look like snakes. The Rephaim had a serpent-like appearance. The Amorites were tall cedars. Like new gods came along throughout prehistory. I think right here is the birth of the guy that ends up being known as Allah. I think also, you have your Baals, you have your, the Amorites guy, Maru. You had, the Greek gods, the Roman god, like all the pantheons, man, and these are all based on different descendants of actual fallen angels and stuff. So there's a lot more than just one. There's different classes and different, races of beings, and they're different orders of angels. And that's real, man. And like as a man, you get to be, credited and, be grateful for the fact that you are, you don't look like one of these other sons of God. You look like the highest El Elyon, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, God the Most High. We are His imagers, come in His image, Creator, Elohim, capital E. Jesus Christ has authority over all of the orders of angels. And I walk in His authority and His victory because of the resurrection. I'm done.